Hello my sweet readers or watchers. Sorry for the big pause, notebook issues. But now we are ready to work again. Today we continue our super all-in-one almanac. In it, you can find all the questions about what can you ask when you decide to step in wonderful path of a healthy lifestyle. In this vlog, I'd like to talk to you about some of the problem places for losing weight. These are thighs. Especially women have a problem with that part of the body. When someone claims that a certain food goes straight to your thighs, don't take them literally because no food is shown to specifically promote thigh fat. Your thighs grow larger when you gain weight, causing your body to store fat throughout your frame. Depending on your physique, you may tend to store more fat in the thighs than other regions. It's important to understand how body fat is stored and broken down in order to approach weight loss the right way for your body type. Where you store that fat depends on your genetic body type, which is usually dictated by your gender and hormones. Women especially tend to gain weight in their lower body, specifically in their hips, thighs, and buttocks. Why determining the exact location of fat is important. Women store fat in various parts of their bodies. The exact location of excess fat is important for two reasons. First, it may determine the degree of health risk associated with carrying excess body fat. Second, the location may dictate how easily that fat will come off. When you wear a lot of fat around your waist, you take on the shape of an apple. This is called male pattern, also an android, or abdominal pattern, obesity. Females tend to store fat on the hips, thighs, and buttocks, giving them more of a pear shape. This female pattern is also called gynoid, or gluteal femoral pattern obesity. Note, the apple shape is not necessarily restricted to men, although it is most prevalent in males. Similarly, the pear shape is not restricted to women. Where fat is stored says a lot about how easily it can be burned off. 2. What exactly is the reason behind bulky thighs? You have tried every diet under the sun, but the stubborn fat on your thigh doesn't seem to budge. First, let's get to the root of this problem. The major culprits of thunder thighs are hormonal imbalance, improper diet, genes, lack of activity, pregnancy, or a combination of all. Primarily, fat gets deposited in the thighs due to the female hormones. If you have an abnormal menstrual cycle or experience unpleasant bleeding, it is probably because either estrogen or progesterone is being underproduced or overproduced. These hormones are produced in the ovaries, and fat cells accumulate when there is an imbalance in the hormone levels. 3. What is the meaning of cellulite on thighs? So-called cellulite is no different from other fat deposits. It's stubborn because it usually is found on the hips, thighs, and buttocks. Beyond that, it's just plain old fat that looks different. The Mayo Clinic defines cellulite as cellulite refers to the appearance of dimpled skin on the thighs, hips, buttocks, and abdomen of most women and some men, too. Cellulite is most common in areas of fat deposits and is the result of the unevenness of this fatty tissue beneath the skin surface. Your body stores fat in adipose tissue, which is composed of crescent-shaped connective tissue cells called fat cells. Fat cells have a tremendous storage capacity, and when they are full, they look like blown-up hot water bottles. If we could peek beneath the skin at a fat pad, we would see a crisscross matrix of connective tissue strands that form compartments similar to those of honeycomb in a beehive. When the fat cells that fill each compartment expand, the compartments swell, pressing against each other and forcing an outward bulge that pushes toward the skin. Women are more susceptible to the cellulite look than men because women store more of their fat just beneath the skin, subcutaneously, whereas men store more of their fat as deep fat in the abdominal cavity below the muscles. The more fat you have just beneath the skin, the more likely bulges will show. 4 top thigh toning exercises. 1. Squat with ball. Place an exercise ball between the wall and the curve of your lower back. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Bend your knees and lower 5 to 10 inches, keeping your shoulders level and your hips square. Hold this position for 3 seconds and then stand back up. Start with 5 reps and work up to 12. Rest for 30 seconds and do another set. 2. The flamingo balance. Holding a dumbbell in your right hand, stand with your left hand on your hip. Lean forward slightly, lifting your left foot behind you to about hip height. At the same, bring your right arm forward. Turn your palm to face the ceiling and do a biceps curl. Touch your toes back down briefly and then repeat for 12 reps. Be sure to keep your left leg straight while bending your right knee. Switch sides, stand with your left foot forward. Hold the dumbbell in your left hand, and hinge forward, raising your right leg up behind you to hip height. Simultaneously, raise your left arm forward, turn your palm to the ceiling, and do a biceps curl. Touch your toes back down briefly and repeat for 12 reps. 3. Calf raise 3 ways. Stand with balls of feet on the bottom step of a staircase, heels hanging over the edge, hands on hips. Turn toes inward. Lift heels high, then lower them slightly below the level of the step. Do 15 to 20 reps. Next, turn toes out 45 degrees, repeat. With toes forward, stand on left leg only, bending right leg behind you, repeat lifts. Do 15 to 20 reps. Switch legs, repeat. Do 2 to 3 sets of series. 4. Crisscross power jacks. Stand with feet together and take a deep breath in. As you exhale, jump feet out wide and cross arms overhead. From there, scissor legs, crossing left leg in front of right, as left arm crosses over right at chest level. Immediately repeat, alternating sides each time. 5. Ball leg lifts. Lie on your side on the floor with your arms crossed in front of your body. If this is uncomfortable, bend your bottom elbow and rest your head on your hand. Place a large exercise ball in between your feet, and slowly lift the ball up toward the ceiling using only your hips and butt. Return to the start position. This counts as 1 repetition. Complete 3 sets of 15 reps. 6. Lateral lunge. Start in a standing position. Step directly to the side with your right foot, keeping both toes facing forward. Stick your butt out and sit back on your hip and heel as if you were about to take a seat. Return to starting position and repeat. Do 12 reps on each side for 1 set. 6. The single leg circle. Lie back on the mat with your arms by your sides and your palms facing down. Begin by pointing with your left foot, as if reaching out with your toes toward the ceiling, and rotate your legs slightly outward. Inhale, and trace a circle on the ceiling with your left leg, moving your whole leg, but keeping your hips still. Don't lift your left hip off the floor. Trace the circle on the ceiling 5 times in a clockwise direction. Repeat in a counterclockwise direction. Switch legs and repeat 5 times. 8. Plie. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart and your toes pointing out. Bring your arms out straight in front of you and lower into a squat. Come back up and repeat. Go as low into the squat as you can without letting your knees move past your toes. Be sure to tuck your tailbone under and contract your glutes. Keep your torso tall, and don't let your knees creep past your toes. Do for 1 minute. After about 40 seconds, pulse at the bottom of the squat for 20 seconds. 10. Outer and inner thigh kick stretch. Stand holding the back of a chair. Press your shoulder blades back and down. Come up onto the ball of your left foot, and lift your right leg. Keeping your abs pulled in, bring your right leg across your body, in front of your left. Now, swing it back out to the right, keeping your toes flexed and your toes turned out. Use momentum to swing through your leg as you fire through your left glutes. Do 10 reps. Be sure to keep both hips facing forward. Come onto the right leg and repeat for 10 more reps, again making sure your hips are facing forward. Flex your foot as you use momentum to swing your left leg and fire through your right glutes. Take a breather, then do the second set. 11. Pilates inner thigh leg lifts. Lying on your side, lengthen your bottom leg and cross your top leg over it. Rest either your knee or foot on the floor. Prop your head up with your hand, or rest your head on your arm. As you exhale, lift your bottom leg up and inhale as you lower it back down. Your torso should stay still while you do this. Do 10 reps, then repeat on the other side. 11. Chair pose. Stand with your legs together and soften your knees. Reach your arms overhead and touch your palms together as you fold your chest down toward your knees. Hold this position as you drop your tailbone down in a small pulsing motion 10 to 15 times. Keep your legs squeezed together for support. Then cross your left elbow over your right thigh and hold here for 5 to 10 seconds. Rise up back to center and repeat on the left side. You can try as many exercises as you want for your thighs. However, be careful if you feel any severe pain and swellings after workouts. We suggest you immediately take the doctor's advice. But remember, feeling a little burning sensation in your thighs could be considered as after effects of thigh toning workouts. 5 foods that will trim down your thighs. A woman's thighs are often a problem area, and while you absolutely cannot beat exercise when you're trying to trim them down and tone them up, you also need to eat the right fat-burning foods. Incorporate these fabulous fat-burning foods for your thighs into your diet and put together a good workout plan to get tight and taut thighs. 1. Nuts. 2. Eggs. 3. Peanut butter. 4. Grapefruit. 5. Fish. 6. Whole grains. 7. Legumes. 8. Sweet potatoes. 9. Berries. 10. Avocados. 11. Spinach. 12. Carrots. 13. Tomatoes. I'm so sorry that the video with the exercises often not explain, but I'll try to write as much detail as possible. Sorry, but now we have not money to do exercise in the sport gym, so we will do it in future. I am sure as my final conclusion, don't forget to subscribe. And if serious, so losing weight from the thighs may look difficult at first, but it is not unachievable. A combination of diet and exercise can help you achieve your goal. Eating right and exercising can help you lose fat from other parts of the body as well. Follow these useful tips to win the battle against bulging thighs. And don't forget, we on your side, and I hug you a lot.